All right, y'all, welcome back. Me and Tom's getting ready to sit here and we're going to seal coat this piece right here before we get started. Look, as you can see, we've got our top situated here, left to right, okay? And then again, long ways as well. So we're just going to put a small little skim coat in here. Bunch of little divots, things like that. We're going to end up addressing those. We're going to get all that to clog. We're going to be using our little smaller scale here today. I already have this scale zeroed out for this cup. So you can see it's negative 1.20. When I set my cup on here, we're sitting here at zeros now. So the way me and Tom like to do small amounts, larger amounts, when you're looking at these little marks on a bigger container, like the ones we got sitting over here, you have a little more room for error. You have a little more room to be off in your increments. It's not good to be, but you do have a smidge of breathing room. The smaller you shrink with resin, the more accurate you definitely need to be. So that's exactly why we've got the digital scale out. We're only doing 16 ounces here, and in doing so, we can't afford to be off, much at all. So we've got the digital scale. We have already got, this is A right here. We've already got A in this little cup because it is very hard to pour out of this giant gallon container to get small increments, and we've already done B the same way. Now, we're not sure about your resin. Your resin might be different, but our resin here, what we use, part B, the hardener, actually goes in first, then part A goes in second. So check the label here on your resin. See if yours is the same. It may be the opposite, so make sure to catch that. We're going to start with B. I'm zeroed in, and I'm going to go ahead. I've got over what I need in here, so I'm going to go ahead and start adding this, and you're going to start watching this climb. So basically, I'm really not looking at the cup anymore. I'm going off my scale. Because to be honest, all the stuff the resin's sitting on is not 100% level anyway. So this scale is going to make everything picture perfect. So I'm looking for right at the 8 mark is what I'm going to pour this to. And I'll just let this trickle right on up. The good thing about the first one going in, if you accidentally oops and overshoot, you don't have to worry. Just make sure the second pour is identical. Now we are getting really close. As you can see, I really want to hit that 8. But this is exactly why I didn't pour out of a big container. Yep. See, just like that, it never fails, no matter how well you try to do that. So now that we're 8.04, our end result is going to be 16.08. So that's exactly how we're going to do that now. So it probably make more sense to pour with my right hand. So if you can still see that, now we're going to go ahead and add in. This is our resin. This is our A. So here we go. We need to be 16.08, correct?
Yes.
16.08. So we're going to go ahead and get this on up here. And when I get close, that's the whole kicker there. I'm sure y'all can hear my kids out there in the other room. Just got home from school. good news is if we do miss our mark ever so slightly, it is going to be just fine. We just don't want to miss it by much. So now we're getting close. I'm going to try to let that drip in there some because it's really hard to cut that off exactly. Looking for 16. There we go. 2, 4. Now I'm going to go ahead and stop because you see what just happened. There's 6. Now we're so close it's not funny. So what I'm going to do now is just drop a few drops. There's the 7. There it is right there. Now immediately, see how I cut that right off? Now we are identical to the spec. Okay, we had 8.04. Now we're at 16.08. So we are identical. This is a perfect ratio here. So now we're going to go ahead. We're not going to do anything different. We're going to bring you back here in just a minute when we get closer. And look, before I let you go, I want you to see where it's at here. We're at 74.3, okay? Because we keep it pretty warm back here in this room. There you go, 73.3. So it's no surprise that we're already 74 something with me just pouring this in. So we're going to mix this up, and as we get closer, we're going to bring you back in so you can see the clarity. All right, so look, it's a 1/4 teaspoon, and it's a little bit heaping. Okay, it doesn't take much in something this small. Our timer was continuing to run. We started with 6 minutes. It's continuing to run. And the reason we're going to put this down, even with the seal coat, and not have it clear, is it's going to go ahead and be the color that we're needing anyway, which is the black. So just in case in the seal coat, if something was not to cover, I would know about it before the fleck coat. So right now I'm just trying to get the little bit of pigment that got over here to the sidewall, get that off, and then go back to mixing. Now you could have done a clear seal coat, would have been just fine because the backdrop is already black. So it would have shined through the clear seal coat as well. We're just doing this to make sure that our coverage is good everywhere with the black because this is not a solid black. So if there's a bald spot in here, if there's anything going on, it will show us. And I'd rather know that in the seal coat than the fleck coat. Check it out. Yeah. See, we are right there, 79.6. So we are really close here. We're probably going to go ahead. You all tuning in. It's just a mixing part. We don't have much time left. We're only allowed 10 minutes per video. So we're going to go ahead and cut this one off and just tune back in. We'll have another video out right behind this one showing you all the actually seal coat application here. Once we pour this out and get going, we want to show you what we're going to do with it. So tune back in on the next one if you're watching this one.